What is up, everyone? I'm back. I just had my surgery. Everything went well, so I'm back to making videos. And today I'm trying something new. If I made my own Lady Geist build. So if you didn't know, the most recent patch, Lady Geist got a buff where her drain now has charges on it, so you can do stuff like this. Uh, you can drain multiple people, and so actually, now that I think about it, we're gonna need a superior duration in here. And so this is the build I made. I'm just going to add something. How do I add something? Edit. Superior duration. So in this video, I'm basically gonna go over this whole build and explain kind of when, where, what you look for, and like mostly just like why you buy the items. Like I'm just gonna explain the build, and if you want to try it, it's called Giat Suck Resold YT. So I just wanted to try something new because she got a new build out or new buff, and so I think that this is extremely powerful. And I think when you have a lot of presence in team fights with this ability, like that's kind of crazy. I think it's gonna be a lot of tankiness. So here we go. I split the build up into lane, mid game, late game, situational. And like I say in all my videos, you should not follow a build left to right. You should buy what you need. But I did set up this build mostly left to right. Like if you want to follow it left to right, you can. And I would say the first couple games you play it, follow it left to right, and then you kind of figure out where the power spikes are, like where certain items give you an advantage, where you might want to rush them early. Like escalating exposure is going to be extremely important on this build, if because it's going to reduce spirit resist, and if you see at the bottom there, plus 4% spirit amp. So every time you do spirit damage, if you see right here, all of those times, 6 stacks. Like that's a lot. And so by stacking, your uh your bomb also stacks it too. So like you can throw a bomb, like basically it's just gonna amp your spirit damage a ton. And so that's why this item is something you would rush early. But now I'm just gonna explain left to right on what you would want to buy from the beginning. Restorative shot. This is something you'd buy in lane for like a more aggressive heal option, because Lady Geist is very good at laning, but she does damage to herself through her bomb and her malice. So you kind of have to account for that by building in some extra regen. She already does so much damage that you kind of want to just build some items that are going to allow you to stay healthy. So that's why you buy restorative shot first and then extra regen. She only has one. You can't see, but if you see right there, it says 1 health regen to 4. So this is a very good item to buy just to stay in lane longer, and it's a green item, so it's going to give you some health. And then you want to get Mystic Reach just to. I have the full skill build on the build, so you don't have to think about like what points to do. I already did it for you. It's mostly focusing on just maxing the drain first, but the one you want to get more range on it, just because when you have let me get rid of Mystic Range. Reset hero. If you see, like, that's not a huge range, but if I put 1 point into it and then get Mystic Reach, that's a lot harder to dodge. So that's the thought process behind getting this before something like Mystic Burst, because yes, this might do more damage, but I focus more on getting consistent bombs, and then you can go for this Mystic Burst, which is just going to give you more bomb damage, especially with the Malice. Like when you're in lane as Lady Geist, you can put a point in this too if you want to, just to get more Malices, just because you can stack this debuff and just do a ton of damage. So headshot booster, this item just got nerfed recently in the last patch, but it's still insane. Um, just being able to do a ton of headshot damage on demand. Like obviously this item rewards um, aim, and so it should be good. But every 8.5 seconds to do like 100 damage with your bullets, and then every like 6 seconds or every 10 seconds you can do 100 damage with your bomb. Like Lady Geist has a lot of poke in lanes, so this item is just going to push your advantage. Enduring Spirit, this is going to give you spirit power, health, and some lifesteal, so it's going to give you some of that health back that you're losing. And then I opt for a spirit lifesteal. Yeah, I don't know. I think there are times you could skip the Enduring Spirit and go right for spirit lifesteal, and honestly, I might switch the build up and remove Enduring Spirit. Like I just made this build, so I'm still going through changes, and so like if you want to play this build and it's like even a couple hours, like not a ton of people are going to watch this video early on, so I'm going to make updates to the build if you want to use it, and like I'll put annotations for stuff I change. So I think that's what I'm going to change, is get rid of Enduring Spirit and just go right for Spirit Lifesteal. Because if you didn't know, it's like it stacks diminishingly. Like it should technically be 33%, but it's only 30%, so you lose out on 2%. And like the 10% lifesteal is not huge. Like it's pretty good, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I gotta test the build out for sure. And then I go for Spirit Lifesteal. This is just going to basically make this be like a health giver. Like you get a ton of health from this. And it's also just going to give you health on your bomb, your E, pretty self-explanatory, your 3, I mean. Mystic Vulnerability. So this is what really makes the build start to go crazy. So like the way you want to play this build is you don't want to throw your bomb immediately. You want to hit him with this. Hit him with your life drain. Stack the Mystic Vulnerability, and then you throw the bomb. And so this is going to give you just more damage on your bomb. Slowing bullets, this is something I put in just because people are going to try to run away from your life drain, and so this is just going to give you more crowd control. And you're not building a lot of guns, so I was trying to fill the gun slots. So this is not mandatory at all. Like this is something you could skip 100%. Kinetic Dash, this is just going to give you more movement. It's going to allow you to run the map faster, more fire rate, more ammo. You can farm quicker. This is just a hyper value item, and situationally too, you can also get Arcane Surge. So Rapid Recharge. So this is an item you want to pick up right when you get 5 in suck. Like if you have none of these items, this will never happen. But theoretically, like just think about it like this: like if you were to have 5 points, if you were to get charges in this, you definitely want to go for the suck, because this is going to allow you to 1v2, 1v3, 1v4. Like that's so like it's going to be so much lifesteal that like you're just going to go from 0 HP to 1. And like the way you want to play it is you don't want to use, it's almost like your trump card. Like it's how like you kind of play around your ultimate of like you kind of want to get low and then use it. Is I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna shoot, and then once they like commit on me, I'm gonna drain all of them, and then I'm gonna go from like 0 health to 1,000. Like look at how much like that's crazy. That's crazy. And so this is like very core. This is like the best item in the build. This is something you want. It's going to allow you to do a lot. Improved Burst. This is going to give you more damage on your bomb. Like you still want to build around your bomb just because it's a good bit of damage, especially with your Malice and like your Mystic Vulnerability. And it's going to be like your finishing off tool. Like if you've ever played Overwatch, it's kind of be a Genji or Genji dash of like this is what you want to finish people off with. It's going to be your burst of like last hit damage. So then I have Surge of Power in here, and so you mostly want to put this on your 3 just because your 3 is such a low cooldown that you're just going to be able to spam the Surge of Power more. And like this is a lot easier to hit. And like the way Surge of Power works is it's going to give you a flat 34%. Oh, it's only, wait. Okay, never mind. You definitely don't want to put that. You want to put Surge of Power on your bomb for sure. Not your bomb, your life drain. Yeah. So I will change the annotation on that. But you definitely want to put this on your life drain just because this is going to allow you to have 30 more spirit power on like multiple people. So this is going to be a big power spike. Yeah, very good item. I'll change the annotation on that. Healbane, this is going to be good against like Abrams, Shiv, anyone that has like tankiness and a lot of lifesteal. It's going to give you minus 40% healing reduction on them. And you get health on kills, and like This build is building a lot around staying alive and just being annoying. And so if you're able to get a kill, you can almost turn a fight because don't scoff at 350 HP on a hero kill. It's a lot. Spirit armor, this is just less self damage because her 1 and her 3 does damage to herself. So by building spirit, if you see right here, this all does spirit damage. So by building this spirit armor, you're just going to take less self damage, which is very good. Superior duration, put this on your 2. It's just going to give you more time on your life drain. Like that's crazy. 600 damage on like one person, and like you don't even have them. I don't have any crazy items yet. Oh, that's without Surge of Power too. Okay, so now we're on to like late game items. These are the items that are gonna really ramp up your kills and allow you to take control of your games. Lady Geist is a late. She's good throughout the whole game, but she's better late game. And so these items are all gonna give you the ability. Like all of these items are good. Escalating exposure is just the best. This is what you're gonna want because this is what's gonna amp your spirit power. And like a spirit power amp plus your malice, like you can do 9 amp and two of those. Oh, that's crazy. And like with the multiple charges on the life drain, if you 1v1 someone, how do you 1v1 this? Like think about this. Like an infinite life drain, like 20. Like that's max. That's crazy. So you kind of see how the build's coming together now. Like this is a 1v4 tool, and it's also an insane 1v1 tool. Like you can't 1v1 a Geist that has 4 charges of this. So I do think there's a chance this gets nerfed or they put a cooldown in between them because that's ridiculous. Like that's ridiculous. And so then we go to Mystic Slow. This is just going to give you the ability to lock down your enemy. And so this with Slowing Bullets is going to give you a lot of crowd control. Because once you start getting all these items, you're doing this much damage, people are just going to run away from you. And so you want the ability to lock people down. So this is a really good item. Highly recommend it. Because at this point, you're already doing so much damage that you just want to lock people down. And so you could even go for a Mystic Reverb next because it's going to give you the lifesteal, ability range, and it's going to give you movement slow. So, and you always want to put this on your 3. Just because it's a 6-second cooldown, you can really spam this. And, like, especially when you have 5 points in this, like, that's a lot of crowd control. So then we have Leech. This is just going to give you more tankiness. And so, like, if you buy Leech, you can sell Spirit Lifesteal now. Definitely sell Enduring Spirit if you haven't. And Leech is just going to give you a ton of tankiness. It's going to give you Bullet and Spirit Lifesteal and just a bunch of health. Like, this is when you become a super tank, basically, as you see in the annotation. So it all depends when you buy these items on, like, what your team needs. Like, if your team has a bunch of damage and they just need someone to just eat damage from the other team, then I would definitely go for this early. Like, that's what I try to say in all my videos. Like, I'm trying to explain all of these items so that you can think for yourself. Like, you should never just follow a build left to right. You should always look at all of these items that I put in this build and think, every time you open the shop, what do I need? What does my team need? Because the beauty of this game is that every game is different. Every build can be played a different way. Every character can be played so many different ways. So be creative. The game is new. Be creative. That's my 2 cents. And so maybe you don't want to go for Mystic Slow. Maybe you want to go for Leech instead. Like, don't follow left or right, especially in these items. These items are really going to be what make or break your build. Headhunter is very optional. This is an early power spike you could get like mid-game. I might put it in mid-game, honestly. But like I feel like it's not needed until later just because like if you're not going to hit headshots, like it's very good early game, but like it kind of falls off later. You see what I'm saying? But I think I might just take it out, honestly. I don't know. I'll make some changes for sure. Improve spirit armor. So the more spirit power you get, the more self damage you do. So you kind of want to, you're scaling your spirit armor. So you want to get this improved spirit armor. And so that's like the main build. Like most games you shouldn't get to around 40,000. Like if you have 40,000, like that's a really good game. That's a late game. Most games should not go that long, and so you shouldn't be playing as if they are. But if they are, then you have options and stuff. So per spirit armor. And so then we have Arcane Surge. This item just got nerfed, but I still think it's really good. It just gives you a little bit of everything, like range, duration, spirit power, like, and it gives you like a free stamina. Like it's kind of just a little bit of everything. Like you can't go wrong with this item. Huge item. Highly recommend it. It is situational though, and like the situation you would buy this is like if you're struggling for if you don't have enough money to get duration, burst, or like if you just don't like, it's a very budget item. Like the best way I can explain it is like it's 3,000 souls for like a 6,000 item, but like not as good. Like a 5,000 item basically, because you're getting a bunch of you're getting stats on everything you want. Like your fire rate, duration, range, spirit power. So it's very good. Just a little bit situational. This is not something you'd buy every game. Diviner's Kevlar. So this build, if you the new Geist buff, she silences enemies within 15 meters of her. She silences everyone. Oh wait. So all these people got silenced, and so I think instead of this being like a get out of jail free card, because like everyone knows when Geist is low, she wants to swap you. Like you can opt for a Diviner's Kevlar, and you can start the fight by doing something like this. Like they don't know I'm here, they don't know I'm here, and then I'm gonna get Diviner's Kevlar buff, and I silence everyone. Like I think this item might be very strong. I need to experiment with it. This item very well might end up in just late game in come out of situational. So Colossus, this is just ultra super tank. This is going to give you 40% bullet resist, 40% spear resist on the active, and a 30% movement slowing people around you. So it's going to give you more crowd control. Pretty good. And it gives you 600 bonus health, which like is an absolute ton. Healing booster. This is going to give you, if people buy like depending on what rank you are, people are either going to buy Healbane against you because you have so much healing, and Healbane is going to take away 40% healing reduction, or it's going to reduce your healing by 40%. So this is going to give you 20% back, or increases the effectiveness of your healing by 25%, and increases your resistance to healing reduction by 15%. So this is like just a counter item to buy. So this is something you would buy when people have a bunch of Healbanes against you and a bunch of like toxic bullets, like that kind of stuff. So, and people, if you are stomping a lobby, people are going to buy Healbane against you. So it's a good option. And so that's kind of the build. I'm gonna go over a little bit about how you want to play it. I said it a little bit, but you want to Malice into Life Drain, and then once you get all of your stacks, then you want to throw your bomb. Your bomb is your finishing tool. This is like, it's a huge AoE. Like, it's your finishing move basically. And so and if you have Diviner's Kevlar too, another way you can play is you just run in, silence everyone, and you're also gonna get from Diviner's Kevlar that plus 40% spirit power and 700 bullet and spirit shields. Like that's a lot. That's a ton of tankiness. So this build has extremely high carry potential. It's definitely late game focused, but I wanted to make something new with this life drain, and so this is a build that has the ability to 1v5, 1v1. Like you honestly can't lose a 1v1 with this build. Like you just you have so many life drains that like it's kind of ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with this, but we'll see what happens. Try this build out before it gets nerfed. So thank you for watching, and once again, the build is called Giat Suck Resol YT. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one.